they gave me a phone call and they told me, hey, you know, your bike's ready. Unfortunately, we couldn't fix it. We figured out the problem when we contacted Kawasaki. What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Got a little venting to do. This video was mainly for people from San Diego, and if you're in the East County area, I would steer clear of Veys Powersports. Let me tell you why. If you guys have been watching my channel, then you kind of know that I've been having a little issue with my gear indicator. If you guys are new here and you don't know what's going on, I'll get you up to speed real quick. Basically, I needed a new chain because mine was so fucked up. So I went ahead and bought a chain and sprocket set. Might as well replace the sprocket with the chain, right? Have everything smooth, running nice and good. So that's what I did. I ordered the chain and sprocket. It came. I took it to a friend of mine's house, and him and I put it on together. Everything was fine. I mean, the bike runs smooth and everything was straight when I left the house until I got on the freeway and realized that my gear indicator wasn't working. So I contacted Veys. I let them know what I did, exactly what I did. They were like, huh, that's kind of strange. That shouldn't happen when you change the chain and sprocket. We've never seen anything like that happen before. Why don't you go ahead and bring your bike in and we'll take a look at it and we'll go from there and try to get you hooked up. I've never had problems with them before, so I'm like, fuck yeah, cool. I don't know very much about this shit. I'm not a mechanic, you know what I mean? They are, so I trust their professional opinion. So I took it into them, have them take a look at it, see what might be the issue. And when I took it in, the guy tells me like, oh yeah, we've had a handful of these come in before, you know, where people do a change on the sprocket and the chain. We tend to get to the bottom of the problem when we fix it and they're good to go. So I'm like, fuck yeah, how long do you think it's gonna take? Like probably about an hour and a half. I'm gonna have my mechanic take a look at it right now. I'm like, cool. I go dick around in the store for a little bit, fuck around with some motorcycles, just hang out until they're done. And I go back and it's good to go. They're like, hey man, you're good to go. Charged me 180 bucks. He said that my gear sensor was dispositioned. That was it. We must have knocked it loose when we did the sprocket change or something. I was like, fuck, okay, well, whatever, 180 bucks, cool. Fucking live and learn, right? Live and learn. I ride the bike home, which is maybe only a mile away from my house, and it was fine. Gear indicator was working, showed every gear I was in. I got up to maybe fourth, you know, just on the streets, and everything was fine. Everything was cool. So I was like, hell yeah, we got it fixed. 180 bucks, whatever, man, it's done. So I ended up taking it to work a couple days later, and while I'm on the freeway, it happened again. So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I called them back. I told them what happened. They were like, that's strange, you know. You know what? Go ahead and bring your bike back in. We'll have to take a look at it again and you know, dig deep and see what's really going on with it. So I go ahead and bring the bike back in. Another hour and a half goes by, and I come to find out what they tell me is that my gear sensor is broken and I need a new part. I need a new gear sensor. But my gear sensor wasn't broken the first time. It was dispositioned, they said, and charged me 180 bucks to reposition it. Now all of a sudden it's broken, and I gotta pay 130 for the part plus 300 on the labor. So 430 plus the 180 I just spent. I don't know how they couldn't tell that the sensor was broken the first time, but the second time they're able to tell that it's broken. So I'm like, whatever, man. I put a deposit down on the part. I tell them I can't bring my bike in until I get back from Yosemite. I was going on vacation and I was going to be gone, plus I work overnight. And they're like, all right, cool, you know, as soon as you have time, just bring it back in. So I get back from vacation, I go drop off Mona. They're telling me it's going to be a while because they got to install the part and make sure everything is smooth and running straight. So I'm like, cool, man, I'm good with it. I was meeting Luis anyways, man. He was gonna look at some bikes. He was thinking about buying one. So I was like, I got time to kill, man. We're all good. So 6 hours go by. Luis buys his bike and my bike is ready. Okay, I take my bike and we take Luis's bike. We get it home and then I go jump on the freeway. Not even a mile on the freeway. it happens again. This time I am fucking pissed, dude. I'm like, what in the actual fuck, dude? This is the third time I brought it in and you guys still can't get this shit right. You had me pay all this money, order a brand new part that I needed, when the first time it wasn't broken, it was just disposition, and now the shit still don't work. So what the fuck, dude? So I get back to the apartment, I call these fools up, I tell them what happened, and they're like, well, you need to bring your bike back in. So I'm like, whatever, bro. I go take it in. They're telling me that they can't take the bike. They're like, we can't take it right now, man. We're about to close and we need to contact Kawasaki and they're closed. We don't know what the problem is. We have to contact the manufacturer. So I'm thinking, you guys haven't even contacted the manufacturer at all. That should have happened the second time you couldn't figure out the issue. I told them what I did to the bike. They should have taken a look at that and been like, yo, it has something to do with the chain and sprocket change, man. It has something to do with, it has to have something to do with that. We should contact Kawasaki and find out what the hell's going on. So again, I have to work a couple of days and I don't have time to bring my bike in. So I tell them I'll bring it in on a specific day. So I take it again, drop it off, and the next day they gave me a phone call and they told me, hey, you know, your bike's ready. Unfortunately, we couldn't fix it. We figured out the problem when we contacted Kawasaki. We found out that it has to do with the size of your sprocket. When you change your sprocket, you got a bigger size than the original, and when you do that on these specific bikes, it throws off the whole gearing. So I'm like, okay, so basically I spent money on a part that I didn't need, right? You know, he's like beating around the question and shit, and I'm like, so basically I'm fucked with what I just spent, right? Like there's no getting that money back. And he was like, well, no, you didn't really waste your money, you know, because we got to the bottom of the issue and we found out what it is. And I'm like, these fucking guys, dude. So I go pick it up the next day. Again, I asked these guys, like, yo, can I at least get reimbursed for the part that I paid for that I didn't need? He's just kind of like, fuck it. You know, you guys kind of fucked me, and you're not even gonna like, you're not even gonna try and give me some of that back at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, dude, fuck these guys, you know what I'm saying? So I take my bike and I bounce. And I never do this kind of shit, but I ended up going on Yelp and I wrote a review. You know, I wrote a negative, let me rephrase that. I wrote an honest review in detail about everything that happened from the very beginning to the very end. The next day, I get a voicemail from Veys telling me, hey, you know, we want to make it right, you know, we can order that right size sprocket for you and chain, and it'll be free of charge, you know, we want to make this right, you know, so go ahead and give us a call back. I didn't call him back, you know. I had to go back to sleep, man. I work overnight, so I had to sleep, you know. And then the weekend went by and I just got a phone call from them this morning. Again, he's saying like, hey, you know, like we'll order that part for you, we want to make things right, and we'll do the installation for free. And I was like, so you'll order the part and do the installation free of charge? And he was like, yeah, man, just as long as you take down that Yelp review.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
Automatically, I'm like, these fuckers were not trying to help me out. They're looking after themselves and their business. So I'm like, wait. I was like, so you guys didn't want to help me out before until you found out that there was a Yelp review? He was like, well, you know, like, you needed that part, you know, and technically your part is still broken, you know, your sensor is broken, and so we need to fix that. It's like, how is my part broken when I just paid for a new part? Did you not get me a new part? Did you not put a new part on my bike? You left the disposition that all of a sudden is broken sensor on my bike? But like they just keep beating around these fucking questions and shit. And so I just basically told them to fuck off. I'm like, you know what, bro, I'm good, dude. I'm good. Like, I don't want your guys' services. Like, how fucking unprofessional to give somebody an ultimatum in exchange for proper service that should it be given in the fucking first place. You know what I mean? Like, who the fuck does that shit? You know, how do you not mention the Yelp review?
Now you see that you done fucked up, you know that.
And just told me like, hey, you know, we want to make this right, we're gonna go ahead and order you that part, and we'll do the installation free of charge. We won't even charge you for the part. I would have been like, all right, cool, you know, I'll give you guys another shot to make it right. I'll give you guys a shot. I would have went over there and let them do the work. And honestly, I either would have removed the Yelp review, or I would have went and changed it. I would have given it a 5-star, and I would have changed the ending of the review, because like I said, it was an honest review, not a negative review. It was an honest review in detail. So I would have changed the ending into exactly what happened and how they made it work and how they fixed everything. And fuck yeah, congrats on these guys. They know what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? But because you gave me that ultimatum, I was like, dude, fuck you, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like, that's the only reason you called me. That's the only reason you want to help me out now, is because I wrote a review and you guys don't like that shit. You know, these fools are just unprofessional. I'll never take my business there again, man. And I highly suggest any of you guys in San Diego or the East County area do the fucking same, man. Steer clear of them. And yeah, man, don't get screwed over by these fucking punk ass mechanics, dude. Especially the ones from Veys. Like I said, man, it's just a heads up. You guys take care of yourselves. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, go get something to eat and then relax, because it's my day off. And we'll catch you on the next one, baby. Peace the fuck out.
Don't forget to hit that like button.